My name's Carmen McDonald. One of the most unique and cool tools in the whole Luhr Jensen lineup is the Luhr Jensen Jet Diver. What this diver does is it has a buoyant chamber on one end, diving wings on the other. When this is placed in the current, the river current will drive the wings towards the bottom, making the diver dive. When it hits the bottom, in a back trolling situation, by releasing pressure, moving downriver as you back troll, the buoyant chamber lifts the diver up and over obstructions like rocks. So what you have is, instead of using a lead weight, you have a unique system that can really bring your baits and lures right down to the bottom where the fish live without hanging up. I want to show you a couple different sizes of the jet divers, and I want to show you a couple rigging options with them. First off, there are 5 sizes, number 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. The 5 sizes correspond to their maximum dive depth. This is the largest. This is the Magnum Jet Diver, or the number 50 Jet Diver. It's most often rigged on a dropper line. Not only a dropper, but a sliding dropper. With this way, down at my leader, the end of my leader, when I put a bait on here, fish this line in the current, the diver dives to the bottom of the river, the bait is downriver in front of it. When a fish bites, the diver's on a slider so that the fish meets zero resistance when it bites the lure. Also, when you're fighting that fish, because the diver's buoyant, it floats right up the line to the surface instead of being an ongoing piece of resistance in the water when you're fighting the fish. So, they come rigged standard, the number 50s, the largest sizes, on a dropper in the package. The rigging is essentially variable though. You can rig the diver on as long a dropper as you like. So if you're working fish that are suspended a given distance above the bottom, you can lengthen that dropper out quite a bit. Keep your presentation where you need to be above the bottom. In most salmon applications, 14, 16, 18 inches is the proper length dropper to get your baits where those fish are in relationship to the bottom. Let's look at a different way to rig a jet diver, and I've got one of those rigged up right here. This is the number 20 jet diver. The number 20 along with the number 50 are 2 of the biggest, most useful sizes in the whole lineup. What you see here with this number 20 is it's rigged directly in line. This is for a small tributary river type situation. Water 10, 12, 15 feet deep. By rigging right off the belly of the jet diver, it's in line and your baits are right down there along the bottom when you're in small water environments where the fish are hugging tight to structure. So off of this rig, instead of a big lure or an oversized bait, normally this rig is going to be fished in conjunction with just a little drift bobber, maybe a bait of eggs, a sand shrimp tail, something of that nature. In between those sizes, there's the smaller 10, then there's the 30 and the 40 in the middle. They're just variances in sizing. What's interesting about the 30 and the 40 is inside there's a lead ball. When this goes down and hits the bottom, if it gets off center, the lead ball will come forward, make the diver spin out. That's a good thing. When you're in deep water, rocky river structure, you don't want that diver to get in there and latch right in. So, overall, a jet diver can make a great angler out of a person that maybe doesn't have the sensitivity to work standard lead weights over rocky bottom. They're really easy to work with. They're most often used in back trolling and river current environments, but you can also slow troll them forward over structure, which is something that I do often. When the river current isn't very much, it's not very strong, instead of there's not enough to go backwards, we troll with jet divers forward. They'll come down, they'll contact the bottom, you're going slow, they'll slowly work their way up and over any bars or structure on the bottom. That's also where those salmon are sitting most often, so it works really well. Getting to know your jet divers, getting to know how to use them and the best ways to use them, and the proper ways to rig them, either inline or on a slider, definitely, whether you're fishing baits, or lures like Quick Fish behind them, catches a lot of fish. It's unique, it's totally cool, and it puts a lot of fish in the boat. Luhr Jensen jet divers, have a look at your next time at the tackle store.